We all need money. That's where we start. We all need money. And in America, you can hit it really big. I have. But I worked my butt off. I got educated. I obeyed the law, and I prospered. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And that is why I believe this is a noble nation. But I understand how hard it is. And with manufacturing jobs declining because companies, large companies, take their plants and put them in Mexico, in China, in places where they don't pay high salaries, that makes it harder and harder and harder for people to make a good living. You can get by in America, but to prosper, to build assets, it's much harder. And the more that we make here, the more manufacturing that happens, the quicker that's going to rise and offer more opportunity. So diversity, equity, and inclusion. All right? DEI, go back to that. Well, inclusion is you and giving you a pathway to success. That's what Trump's trying to do. There's no malevolence here on his part. Sometimes there is. And we'll talk about that a little later on in this broadcast. Sometimes Trump is a little revenge motivated. This isn't. This is basically, he's a businessman. He sees this as not a good deal. And one further point before we get to the specifics. Presidents don't want to do this. Okay, so not since World War II has any president. Eisenhower kind of thought about it, but he didn't do it. No one has taken on the unfair trade policies across the world. No one. Why? Because we were prospering. Even with the unfair trade, America is still the richest country on earth. Trump just wants to make it richer. He wants to give more opportunity to people to build assets, which is noble, I think. Okay, let's get specific on this. So the first thing that he does is come out and go, it's Liberation Day, and we're going to make America wealthy again. The usual political rhetoric, and you've heard it a million times. But he then zeroes in on the bigger picture. Go.
This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen very quickly.
I don't know if it's going to happen very quickly. The president should pray that it does, because if it doesn't happen quickly and it doesn't benefit you, Democrats will win the midterms. So this is big. This is rolling that dice. Most other presidents would not do this. Biden didn't even think about it. Second soundbite. Specific on automobiles. Every American needs a car, unless you live in New York City where the mass, but you have to have transportation. Go.
Toyota sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States, and General Motors sells almost none. Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that friend and foe. And in many cases, the friend is worse than the foe in terms of trade.
And there's no question that's true. South Korea, Japan, Germany, most of Europe block U.S.-made cars from being sold in those countries by imposing huge taxes, VAT taxes, and charging outright tariffs like Japan. Okay? When I go to Japan in May, I'm not going to see any American cars. When I go to China, after I go to Japan, I'm going over to China. I'm not going to see any American cars. And then I'm going to South Korea, and I'm not going to see any American cars. There is a reason. They're too expensive. President Trump is trying to fix the economy, but some believe the damage is already done. As the dollar value drops, China's power and gold keep going up. I called American Hartford Gold to diversify with physical precious metals, and you might consider that as well. They will help you secure your savings with physical gold and silver delivered right to your door, or you can set up a tax advantage gold IRA. Plus, it's tax and penalty free to roll over your current 401k or IRA. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of five-star ratings, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, they are the only precious metals dealer I trust. So please call or text American Hartford Gold. Tell them O'Reilly sent you, and you might get $15,000 of free silver on a qualifying order. Call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.